I feel as though with what's been going on in the world recently, I have to start getting political. I have to let y'all know where I stand in this economical and savage world we live in this abomination of a world we live in. I think we should all eat ass.
If someone broke into your
Oh
home,
yeah, how
you'd
did
grab your phone
ancient
and
humans
tap
get justice
three
without
numbers.
police? Man, but they tap that button, nigga. Hey, what you talking about? They got their get back. That how you get shit done. That how I think we should get shit done nowadays. Fuck being humans. Let's be savages, nigga. Let's catch a body.
Within minutes, strangers in a marked car would roll up to deal with it for you. You've probably never once questioned that this is even an option. It just is. For about 300,000 years, it wasn't. There were no police. There was no court to take it to, and no jail to lock anyone in. If somebody robbed you, beat your brother, or killed him, nobody was coming. There
Somebody was coming. Nigga, your damn self. Fuck is you talking about? Niggas got so much used to being hoes. Everybody got used to being hoes. Whole world got used to being bitches. Everybody got used to being pussies. Niggas can't famine the thought of, yeah, man, somebody slapped the shit out you. Yeah, you have to slap him back. Somebody spit in your food. You have to spit on them back. Somebody slapped your moms. You had to take their life.
was no number to call because there was nobody on the other end of it. So when someone wronged you, who actually delivered justice? The honest answer is darker and more logical than most people expect. Police are one of the youngest inventions we have. For almost all of human history, justice was something you handled yourself. And the first police force in history was your own family. The system was
Yeah.
simple and brutal in its way. If someone hurt you, your relatives made sure
He regretted that motherfucker forever. That's your tribe, nigga. That's your posse. Like, I, I, to be honest, like that's the how I move. Not with everybody though. I mean, like not with not like in the sense of if you do something to my family and they don't want to do nothing, I'm not just go by fight somebody in my family don't want to do shit. I move about like for me. If you touch me, shit, we get it banging. You're gonna die. But yeah, I don't know.
regretted it. If someone killed one of yours, yours killed one of his. In a world with no written law,
Nah, yours
two
killed
things kept
his.
people in line:
Yours killed
your
him. Not
reputation
one of his.
and
Him.
everybody's quiet certainty that if they touched you, your kin would answer for it. You didn't need a courtroom, you needed brothers. It almost sounds fair. In practice, it turned the world into something far more dangerous.
Nah, he talking about you need a brothers. That just made me think. Imagine niggas that were born to all female family. Damn, just you and your dad. When your dad dies, it's just you. That's terrible. Yellow ass was gay. Whoa, everybody was whooping your ass. You ain't have no type of backup. Damn, baby boy, that's bad work.
We love to picture early humans living in some calm, cooperative paradise, right up until civilization showed up and ruined everything. The evidence points somewhere a lot less comfortable. The psychologist Steven Pinker gathered this data in his book, The Better Angels of Our Nature, and the numbers are hard to look away from. In many societies with no central authority at all, the share of people who died at another person's hands was far higher than anything we see in the modern world, even if you fold in our wars. And a lot of that violence wasn't random, it was revenge.
It's not like a no shit. Isn't that kind of a? And I ain't saying this to like disrespect him or anything, but in a world where there was no police, people were dying more than in a world where there's police. Oh shit! I can't believe that's a factual statement.
The anthropologist Napoleon Chagnon spent years living with the
I
Yanomamo
think
in
I
the
said Napoleon
Amazon,
Bonaparte.
and in his book, Yanomamo, he reported that a striking number of grown men had taken part in a killing, usually to settle a score for someone in their family. Now, I'll be straight with you. Chagnon's work is heavily disputed, and plenty of researchers think he overstated it. but the basic shape of the thing shows up again and again across the record.
Even if he overstated it, and even if he like lied about how much of the skill it happened, that's still how it got done. I'm, I wasn't there, but I'm just guessing. I'm assuming that's the only logical way of how it could have gotten done. Other than you getting your get backs or your family getting your get backs, how else would revenge or justice happen? Nigga, you just sit there one day and God would strike him with that now. Strike him now.
Where there's no police, payback becomes the law. And payback has one fatal flaw. It doesn't stop. This is the trap. You kill the man who killed your brother, and now, in your mind, you're even. But his brother isn't even at all. So he comes for you. Then yours come for him. The whole thing snowballs into what we call a blood feud. And it can run for generations, long after anyone alive can remember how it started. We have an
And I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy to think about. Some of them shits might live to this day. Some of them blood feuds that happened. I wouldn't say that happened in the BCs, but like some shit that happened like about 2,000 years ago. Some families might be feuding to this day. Do y'all think a feud that happened 2,000 years ago is still happening to this day? Now, I'm not talking about amongst country. I'm talking about amongst families. I'm talking about between two families. Do y'all think a family that hated each other 2,000 years ago, that was killing each other 2,000 years ago, still hates each other and is still going at each other's throats? And I'm not gonna say it's killing each other, because you can't just kill niggas nowadays. You can't just kill niggas nowadays. You feel me? But I'm talking about, do they still hate? Yeah, I think they still hate each other and they still have that same level of. Damn, I forgot the word. I literally forgot the word. Vengeance for them. Is vengeance what I was looking for? Vengeance wasn't the word I was looking for, but does vengeance work in that statement?
usually
Let me
clear
know.
window into how this worked because one society wrote the whole thing down. Medieval Iceland had no king, no police, and barely any government, and its people left behind sagas stuffed with feuds. The legal scholar William Ian Miller studied them in his book Blood-Taking and Peacemaking, and what he describes is almost a complete justice system built out of revenge and the careful management of it. Killing followed rules. There were expectations about who owed what, a grim kind of bookkeeping that everyone understood. The catch was that the books never quite balanced. Every payment came due, and every debt invited another. So if revenge slowly devours everyone who uses it, how did any of our ancestors last long enough to become us? Because at some point, people got clever about breaking the cycle. The first trick was to put a price on a person. Instead of answering a death with a death, the injured family could demand payment. They took goods or cattle or silver,
Okay.
and in exchange, they gave up their right to come after you.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a great one, actually. That's a great one. Instead of killing niggas, you just be like, yeah, let me hold 100 bands. Let me hold your mom for a year and a half, maybe two.
Anglo-Saxon law
I just love
actually
moms.
wrote these prices out. In the laws of King Athelbert, Anglo-Saxon law actually wrote these prices out. In the laws of King Athelbert, set down around the year 600, nearly every part of the human body had a fixed cost.
Wow.
A finger was worth a certain amount, an eye more. A whole life had a set sum called the Vergild, which translates roughly to the
Tough.
man
No, I
price.
respect that.
It feels cold to slap a number on a brother, but that cold number is also the thing that kept two families from erasing each other. The second trick was to drag in someone neutral, a respected elder, an outsider,
to say who's right.
anybody both sides would actually listen to. And some groups turn this into something close to performance art. Among certain Inuit communities, two men with a grievance didn't fight. They held a song duel. Each one wrote
What?
clever, cutting songs about the other and
Oh,
performed
shit.
them
Oh,
in
like
front
a
of the
rap
entire
battle.
camp.
Yo, y'all think this is how rap battles became a thing? Nah, that's crazy. It's crazy how everything that we have nowadays, yeah, it happened back then. But it's crazy how like stuff evolves. Like when I was legit, I thought that only humans and animal evolved over time. But as you grow up, you find out literally everything that we have to this day evolved from something, from the water bottles to the shoes to the remote. That shit is just tough to think about. Like somebody back in the BCDs fucking put I don't know this and this together to cause a penis. Yeah, I'm thirsty though.
And whoever the crowd laughed with the most was the winner. The anthropologist E. Adamson Hobel described these contests in his book, The Law of Primitive Man. Picture settling a months-long grudge with a rap battle judged by your neighbors, and you're not far off. It sounds a little ridiculous. It's also
I ain't gonna lie. I would do this nowadays. Only thing, people are just, you feel me? Most people won't do it because most people are not creative enough. But I would do that. It seems like a great way to resolve an issue, and then you get a lot of good jokes out of it too. And I can steal the jokes and use it for somebody else. Love it.
genuinely brilliant because at the end of it, nobody had to die. And then there was the last resort, reserved for the one person no payment and no song could fix. The repeat killer. The man who terrorized everyone and couldn't be talked down. The anthropologist Christopher Boehm, in his book Moral Origins, traced a pattern across small communities. When one person became a real danger to the whole group, the group handled it together. There was no chief giving the order and no trial. It was a quiet, shared decision that the man had to go, carried out by everyone at once, so that no single family wore the blame and no fresh feud could catch fire. So our ancestors
So what? They just all jumped his ass. Shit. Imagine seeing your son get jumped by 10 different families. Hell no, base school.
actually pulled it off. They built justice with no police, no prisons, and not a single badge. And then something came along and took the whole thing out of their hands. That something was the state. As people packed into cities, the old personal justice turned into a headache for whoever was in charge. You can't run a kingdom where every insulted family is free to start a small war. So rulers did something radical. They claimed justice for themselves. The first written law codes, like the one carved for King Ur-Nammu more than 4,000 years ago, swapped your private revenge for public punishment handed down from the top. The crime now belonged to the king, not to the family it was done to. The sociologist Max Weber gave this its sharpest definition. In a lecture he delivered in 1919, later published as Politics as a Vocation, he argued that what truly defines a state is its monopoly on the legitimate use of force. And that one idea quietly rearranges the modern world. The police didn't show up to bring justice to a lawless world. They showed up to take justice away from you. The deal the state offered was simple. Hand over your right to get even, and we'll handle it for you. Revenge didn't disappear. It got nationalized. Which brings us back to your phone and those three little numbers. The fact that you can tap a screen.
So like, what would y'all rather? Would y'all rather a self-governing, a self-punishing body, or a governed punishing body? If I think about it myself, I would say keep it governmental. Because when you do it self, is there's so many ways that it can go. Because if we're talking just 2026, most people are gonna take it the first way. They're just gonna tap that button. Because a lot of people they don't wanna. They're not creative enough to have a rap battle. And plus some of that now that they're not creative enough. Somebody is like, man, you said my mom's. You said my cat. You said my mom's. You said my girl cheated. You showed me that my girl was cheating on me.
And hand your worst moment to a stranger in a uniform is one of the strangest, newest arrangements our species has ever agreed to. For almost all of human history, it would have been unthinkable. Justice was personal and bloody, and above all, it was yours. And the old system never really left. You can feel it in the heat that rises when someone wrongs you and walks away clean. In the quiet satisfaction when a movie villain finally gets what's coming. In that one word, deserve, that your gut understands long before any court does.
He low key did make me start thinking. He talking about some. Yeah, I still think about it when the nigga walk away after doing. No cap, I still think about that. I ain't gonna lie, my ancestors was probably was 1% killers. There was definitely killers. Cause I'm not gonna lie, the way I be getting be heated when a nigga wrongs me and goes off like scot free. I ain't gonna lie, nigga has damn near never like wronged me and got away scot free with it. That's how much I get mad, nigga. Like fuck somebody else punishing you, nigga. I'm finna punish you, nigga. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm type of nigga, somebody else punish you and I feel as though that shit is not where I want it to be at. You still gonna have to see me. So fuck somebody else punishing you. Just come see me. Just come see me. Let's skip all. Let's skip the telling your moms. Let's skip the telling the principal. Let's skip the telling the this. Just come see me, baby boy. Cause that thing with me. I'm gonna catch you. If you do me wrong, I'm gonna catch you. I don't care. I gotta stalk you. I'm gonna catch you. Man. Cause I overthink too much. So you do me wrong, but you think about it for too long. I gotta do you wrong back. I got to. I got to. Two wrongs don't make a right, but it make me happy. It make me real happy.